What is it?
It's my life. You know, family, work, GAA, you know.
It's lovely, I suppose. Look, it has been everything. It's been a huge part of my life, and you know, hopefully will be in my children's lives in the years to come, whether they play or shout at a sideline or whatever they do. But it's important, I think, being part of a team and learning those skills, even if you never kick a ball, and even if you're never skilled at the football side of things. I think it's very important in, again, that development piece for kids and for adults alike, you know.
Like, it has a sort of a magnetic effect. When it gets the teeth into you, it's, you know, you're here and that's it.
I felt kind of part of it, or I felt it was part of me maybe. But it was comradeship as well. And you're great friends, which I still have. And I played county football for 10 years. I have friends everywhere in the county, in all clubs. And I'd like to think I'd be welcome in most of them. Simply because they were your comrades as well. When you're playing county football, club football is the same. They're your mates, your buddies.
Freedom. It was the freedom. Forget about everything else. Forget about the private life, forget about the family life, forget about kids, and forget about everything. Freedom. For me, it was freedom. You could just express yourself, for sure. I mean, they talk about mental health these days, you know what I mean? That's the cure for mental health.
It's my heart and soul. You know, I like to think it defines me in a lot of ways, and it's just it's so deep, and it runs so deep in your whole psyche. You know, you're so heavily invested in something at home, it radiates right through the whole household. Dylan and I would be passing the club sometimes, and we'd bless ourselves. We're having a laugh, you know. Like, it's the the holy grail here, you know. Yeah. So, you know, going back to when you're so young and it's formed such part of your life, it's, as I say, it's your heart and soul, you know.
It's always on my mind. Morning, noon and night, I'd say I come in here every day. But as well as that, it's a break. It gives me something to do. I mean, if I'm not here, I'm fiddling with photographs or doing something like that. So it keeps me occupied, and it's good for the mind.
It's a big part of my life, like, still is. But it's there's more to it than winning and playing in a football game. There's a huge, we say, family affair and connection to it. You know, you make a phone call and you do this for me in the stone, and you know, it's hard to explain what it means to me from an emotional point of view, but I get it. I get myself what it's done for me. I couldn't portray it in words, I suppose. It could take me all day, but I get it.
My whole life revolved around it, you know, and it was everything actually revolved around it, because it was here first and then everything else, you know. And I suppose I've gotten so much out of it in every sort of way that it's priceless. Like it really is, you know.
It's something that has always been very important for me. That it's not just on the field. As I would feel, there is sort of a camaraderie, there's sort of an interest in each other, and that we are there for each other.
What is it? It's Athlone GAA.
It's a great club. There's nothing wrong with the club. Great people in it, massive people in it. Thanks, I suppose, is the best word. So that's the way I'd sum up Athlone, because they were good to me, good to my family, good to a lot of families around Athlone, and they kept us all on the straight and narrow. Because some of us could have went the wrong way, could have went the wrong direction only before we came down here, you know.
I think there is a sense of family. I know it's a bit corny kind of sometimes, but I do think over the years, and it's very strong at the moment, I do think Athlone has a real sense of looking after one another.
Well, it was a big, huge part of all our lives, I suppose. You'd be looking forward to a match the next weekend and so on and so on. And that, you know, you'd be kind of socialising around with the lads, and nearly all football was the topic and things like that, you know.
Yeah, I think loyalty, the club and people in the club were very loyal. Very loyal to me. Friendship was always there. It's all about friendship. And you meet, you have a big circle of friends. You know, and like everybody in life, I suppose, you have one or two or three then that you could really call on, you know, if you're in a hole somewhere, which I never was, but if you were, you'd feel that someone in the club would give you a dig out.
You see it in nursery level now. That's what nursery level isn't about football. It's not about football skill, but it's about developing a group of kids, developing them in confidence, developing them in enjoyment. And I think if you do that, the football will come.
You know what I mean? You're always meeting people. It's a great social outing. Every training, match, anything you come down here for, you meet someone, so it becomes a social outing. And like that's the great thing about the GAA, is the social aspect. You're forever meeting people, you know, so it goes on and on and on, you know. And I suppose everybody has a story, and everybody has a story to tell, and we all need an ear every now and again to chew on, you know. So look at, I've enjoyed my time here immensely.
Like they say up here, you know, Athlone is a family club. Now, that's a nice title to put, but I would have experienced that. It certainly is. I would feel there's, in the club here, there is sort of a camaraderie, there's sort of an interest in each other, and that we are there for each other. And I think we would generally be passionate about that.
There's an affiliation to this place. I don't know what it is. It's hard to describe, and I really don't know. I couldn't see myself in any other club, and don't want to be in any other club.
I think that's nice to see, and I think that is something the club does very well, is that sense of family, you know. And the winning helps every now and then, but it's not, you know, I know it's easy to say, but it's not the most important thing. The winning keeps the appetite going, but there can be just as much fun had in the years where there's not a success, you know.
You know, that's it. I could never give back what the club give to me. You know, friendship, you know, I tell you, I got my job through GAA.
I suppose as a club, the big thing is inclusion, I think, and the drive to make this a real, you know, community/family centre. And I think that's the big thing, that there's a place for everybody here.
The gates are always open, and if some guy's journey, or someone comes in here and they get half of what I got, it's worthwhile. Because I got so much from it. I've got an awful lot from it. I have inside of myself when I feel I've got more than people realise what I got from Athlone GAA, and people, Danny Sullivan's, Martin Flynn's, Sean Fogel, all those people have contributed to my journey in massive positive ways.
It's a social service. You come here on a Sunday morning, just look out, see kids interacting with each other, kids that otherwise mightn't meet other kids. I think it's a great focus for our club to have, for any club to have, is to provide this outlet, a sporting outlet for children, and then as they grow older and into adulthood, it's still here for them. Still have that value of, we are here for you, you come here and enjoy yourself, come here and represent your families and represent us.
It's very important that they feel there's something special to come down to keep them going, and I think that kind of care and kindness is very important. That sense of team, that sense of looking after one another on and off the pitch, I think it's very important to instill in players from a very young age, you know.
And there's more to it than playing football now.
Yeah.
There's more. There's something else in the GAA, the people. It's maybe community, family, but there's a connection there with people that is there for life.
When I drive in because I'm happy. When I'm not there in the evenings or maybe I drive in here, I park the van or the car now. I have a little dog, well he shouldn't be allowed in here. We walk around the pitch 2 or 3 times. Even the kids are playing football, it's glad to look at them. You know, so in other words, this is my second home. I know that was all about it, you know. And, hope I'm around for another while to enjoy the crack. But look at the crack.
Look at it, what I get from it now is the social thing. No matter when I come in that gate, I'll meet someone I know. I meet a lot of people I know, but I mightn't talk to the same person each time. I mean, but I will talk to anybody here because I will know most of them anyway, and they'll all talk to me. And it's the social aspect of it that, you know what I mean, that if you're ever in bother, there's people here. Do you know what I mean? You mightn't realise it. But there's people out there willing to help, and no matter what it is, regardless, you know what I mean? I've seen it over the years with different lads, you know what I mean, being bothered for this, that and the other. And it's always someone to pull you out of that hole. You know, you just have to reach out, you know, and like the friendliness around here in the last couple of years is blown out of the water altogether, but to me it's got to do with the women.
Well, I suppose there's an attachment to the place. You grew up in it, and it's something, I suppose, that you just can't take out of you, you know, and that applies to every club, you know.
It keeps me occupied and it's good for the mind. Keep one, and I have very happy memories of the place as well. Like, I mean, you had a bit of a row, but over and done with. Everybody is back happy and long may it continue. But with the gym and all the rest of it, there's always something happening here. So it keeps the mind fresh.
But the club now and all, they were very good and all to me and all down through them times, you know. They were a great bunch. The men that were over them, they were all great people now, you know. I have to say that for them, you know. Great for them, you know.
Your club is your family. Club is family. For me, there's my family. My family is bigger than 10 and my mother and father. My family is broad. It's growing. Great people in Athlone. Absolutely.
Every day I put on it, I felt a better man. You know, I'm wearing this jersey now, and wear the pride for yourself, your family, and your club. And to this day, I have a couple of jerseys at home that I cherish.
But I think the deeper question, what does the jersey actually mean? You know, to wear the blue. I think it's just such a powerful identity symbol. This is who we are. We're a club that's formed just shortly after the Gaelic Athletic Association was formed. There's a deep history, and people have worn this jersey with pride going right back. And it's one of the most powerful symbols, I think, and I would be obviously biased in Westmeath GAA in terms of the blue from Athlone, but what it represents. We have the most senior titles here. We had a huge pedigree. I think it's just such an identity symbol, what it stands for, you know, what it represents. And to me, it just forms the core of my being, really, you know. And it's just one of those things that you were reared to, and to respect and understand the history, the culture, the men that have worn this before you, and the men that will wear it after you. And you're passing through, you're making a contribution. But I suppose having the humility then to realise that, you know, you're a cog in a wheel here, but the jersey and what it represents, and, you know, people you share a dressing room with, to wear that same jersey, and, you know, that synergy that you have in a dressing room when you all go out together. And, you know, they said in psychology, one of the most important things is a sense of belonging, and that's all linked to the jersey and the dressing room and the team piece. You feel you belong to something very special.
It kind of stands out to me. It was lovely to you parade around before the match, behind the band, and then you stand for the national anthem. I don't know what it was, the feeling, you know, it was, I can still, I don't know how you put it, feeling, you know, that it was just, you know, you see the All-Irelands now, you say, we never got that high, but to see them parading around after the parade, and then stand for the national anthem, and I don't know, something about it. I'm sure it affects everybody a bit now, you know, you'll be nervous, all right, you know, until they get into the game then, you know. I know it was great, and they were the only club that ever won that 6 in a row, but I know it'll be always talked about now. You know, if you went down to the clubhouse and that, when there'd be a crowd of them there, that normally they go back to the 6 in a row, and they're still talking about different players and different matches and all that type of thing, you know.
We had great belief, there's no doubt about it. And Bill was, you know, he was straight out. And then, before the team went on the field, I'd say a few words. And it wouldn't be nice now, I let them know. We went out there with fire in our bellies, you know.
What would you say?
No, I won't repeat.
With them and to be friends. Like I'm still very friendly with a lot of that group that came through, and it's something that has always been very important for me. That it's not just on the field. As I would feel there is sort of a camaraderie, there's sort of an interest in each other, and that we are there for each other.
The winning feeling that you have to win another county final, which that was probably 3 or 4 for me at that stage. It made no difference. You have to win in the county final. You have to win in this year's county final. And then the next thing is, hold on a second, I'm the captain as well. It doubles the thrill. It doubles it. And the people you embrace first are usually the people nearest to you, your full back line or whatever. And then everyone just mills in, and supporters, selectors, family, you know.
I know I get a thing about inter-county football and they say winning All-Ireland, so that to me was as good as winning All-Ireland, even when I was captain. You win something with your club, it's as good as you win, because it's your club is your life, like, and you win something with your friends and stuff like that. To me, I even hear a county player or inter-county footballers who've won stuff in All-Ireland, they say winning with your club is just as good, a better buzz over it.
You know, the key ingredient for me was that our ears worked. We done what we were told. What was laid out for you was that's the way you done it. If you didn't do it that way, there was always... You nearly always know the year you were going to win a championship. Early in the year, you'd know by things if they were going well, training was going well, you know what I mean, enthusiasm. You'd see it, you know, you'd pick up the vibes. And Brendan was always a great believer in do what you're good at. You know, you get the ball and you give it to Joe Fallon because he can score and you can't.
What stands out really, I suppose, as one of the big men, obviously your first county title. I have 5 seniors with Athlone, but I think played in 10 county finals, we lost 5. But what stands out naturally is your first senior championship, which was 1982. I remember starting that day. It was a tremendous honour, you know, to obviously go and win it, and you're young and you're so excited about it.
I wasn't coming out of Cusack Park without that medal. My mother died 3 months previous to that. Sad time, she was only 55, died of cancer. But I wasn't leaving Mullingar without that medal, and in fairness, there was 17 or 18 lads backed me up. The feeling in the dressing was we weren't going to lose. You just knew it, you just knew it. Sometimes you know before you go out, you're going to win the county final because lads are up for it. You can see it in their faces, you can see it in their demeanour, you can see it in the management, you can see it in the crowd, you can see it in the people around you. We were not going to lose that county final. And it was probably the best county final that was ever played in Cusack Park, I'd say. One of them anyway. We played very well. I think we scored 3-13 to 3-10, I think it was the score.
Well, sure, obviously, the senior championship is the be-all and end-all, you know, and that's what you're striving to get to there. We probably would have some of the other underage successes for different reasons, I suppose. We would have won, and might have only been league medals, but might have won them against the odds, you know, and I can think of one was a minor league medal that we won, and most of the team were under 16 and we managed to win it, and it was an A final or a Division 1 final at the time, you know, and certain memories like that, you know, but definitely the senior championship is the 98 one was I'll never forget it, like that's what I'm saying to you, that whole year, it just from start to finish, I don't think, you know, and you remember certain games throughout it even, and some of them were challenge matches, and like how well we acquitted ourselves, and we probably, even at the end of the day, we possibly even fell short a little bit. We should have done more when we got out of Westmeath, and that was the disappointing side of it, but you know, it was a good start at the same time. But where we came from, it was great to turn it around from the point we were at to that in 12 months, like I think was probably the biggest achievement, you know, and definitely one I'll never forget anyway, you know.
Number one priority is the underage structure, you know. The more kids that are playing, the better footballers you're going to get out of it, you know. And it's great for everyone, because the kids get exercise, you get good footballers out of it, and you get great camaraderie and you get great life skills out of it. It's great for everyone. It has to start there. If it doesn't start there, you're at nothing.
The future has to be bright when we have so many kids come through. Not every kid will come through, but you know what I mean? We'll do our best for them. We can't tie them here. They'll come as long as they want to come. They're welcome, you know. Make friends. It's the social thing again, you know what I mean, which is good.
It was a very special moment for everybody, for the people directly involved, but also for the club and the wider club. You know, it was a real moment of we're now a men and a women's club, you know.
That started in 1999, still changing, and they'll become, I'd say, the bigger part of the club after another while.
I think the development of ladies football has been huge. I'm a huge believer in it, and I'm a huge believer in having ladies in the club, their drive, their vision. You know, they give us a different lens to look at things and through. And I think we can develop our own view and get that collective synergy. It's extremely powerful. I'd see the potential of our brand, our club, is absolutely amazing, huge.
The women are great to have around the place. They're brilliant, and the junior final. I was over at the junior final. Well coached, the kickouts, everything was perfect. Everything was well rehearsed and well done. A great win for them.
It's lovely to be a spectator. It's lovely on a day like that, you know, to be able to actually enjoy a match and be fully there. It's different but on coaching staff, I think, on days like that. You're carrying an awful lot more in your head. You probably can't fully enjoy it, you know. I think as coaching staff, all you enjoy is that last moment when the final whistle blows, but you know, you don't enjoy the day the same as a spectator does. So it was lovely, and look, it was a huge moment for the club again, and you can see that team have gone from strength to strength. And I think what's lovely about it is it's our own internal players that are managing.
And the younger kids, it's incredible what they can do. And why not? I think ladies football is great. Ladies football is better to watch than men's football at the minute.
As I said about the women, it has changed the whole mindset of the club. The macho shit has gone out the window because the women are around, you know what I mean? It's only the He-Man stuff. You know what I mean? It's more civil. The women are good fun, and they know how to party, and they know how to have a bit of crack. And when they start having the crack, everyone joins in, and they're singing and yahooing, and always good fun, and they're good kids. And I trained a good few of them as well in my time, so, you know, so I've been involved in loads of different things down there with loads of different teams, and I enjoyed it all.
I picked up lessons in life from here now, not just football, in how you treat people, how you like to be treated, and that's what I've got from here.
Playing football was, you know, that was number one, kind of, you know. I loved the game. I loved it now, you know. And I'm sure most of the other lads will be the same, you know. Yeah.
Playing career, you'll be longer watching games than playing them, and the best crack is playing them, by far.
It says, this is where a lot of my heart is still. And people say to me, how are you finding it in Athlone? I said, one of the great things about Athlone is the GAA.
But as I said, I wouldn't change it for anything. And I wouldn't change anything here for anything, because I had a great time here, and as I say, I've met loads of friends. And good times, bad times, and we just carried on, and we're still meeting people and still having good times, so.
I don't know what I'd have done if I wasn't a member of the GAA, or especially Athlone. You know, I say if it goes for any guy in any club, but for me, I'm fierce proud of it.
I don't know, does it ever leave you? Does the GAA ever leave you? You know, it's great. I think it's great. For your mental health, it's great to come down and see the kids playing football, and even the young lads playing football. It's great, you know. I don't know, the GAA is great. It's probably the best organisation in the country, for me anyway.
When you look back and you see the achievements and the friendships and the relationships and the fun and the crack and what it actually means to be an Athlone GAA and to wear that famous blue shirt, because it is famous, it stands for a lot. It has a lot of pedigree, it has a lot of integrity, and the journey has been just amazing. And the people that formed that, you know, the Frank Starkins in this world, the Seamus Nugents, these marvellous people that grew that brand, that jersey, that story, has just been incredible, you know. And I'm just very grateful to have stepped through the gates here and enjoyed the journey. It's been amazing, and please God, we have a few more twists and turns, and we'll get back on that road to Mullingar and deliver a senior championship, because it's in us, you know, there's no question.